Hello, Jerry Stewart here with another good Christmas story. I had a couple of people today at church who said, "Hey, I like your story." And you know what? I like the stories too. That's why I tell them. The story today is about difficult times. It's about a woman named Mary, a mother, and Charlie's blanket. Well, Mary was certainly having a rough go of it. Her husband had left her, leaving behind nothing. And here she was with no money, no visible means of support, and 3 small girls to raise. Although she had taken on work cleaning other people's houses, there wasn't enough money to go around. And no matter how hard she tried, the closer she got to Christmas, the worse her attitude became. It was bad enough that every day they would all have to make the long, cold walk to school to drop off Laura and Cindy, the 2 oldest, at the elementary school. But must they have to see all the beautiful decorated homes and trees? And here she was, barely able to keep her children fed and clothed. First, the children took it in stride. The youngest 3-year-old, Amy, would go with her mother to clean the houses, and she would stare almost mesmerized at the beautiful decorated Christmas trees. And then she had her special friend, Charlie. He was just a rag doll, but Amy loved him so. And now, with the weather so cold, she would keep him tightly wrapped in that precious blanket. Actually, it was just a scrap of a blanket that somebody must have dropped in the parking lot. Amy found it, Mary washed it, and now it belonged to Charlie. After spending time in these various homes, all decked in glorious holiday fashion, little Amy sensed that she was missing something. So one night as they all sat together, she asked, "Mommy, why does everyone have a tree in their house? And who are all the presents for? Is it somebody's birthday?" Mary had known it would come. "Yes, it's somebody's birthday," she said. "His name is Jesus. He was born on Christmas." Then she told the girls the story of that first Christmas, and Amy hugged Charlie close. "Oh, the poor baby," she said. "Was it very cold in the stable, Mama?" "I wouldn't want to sleep in a stable, would you? Mama, can we see the baby Jesus?" "Yes, we can," Mary said. "Girls, get on your coats. We're going to take a walk." And down the street they walked to a church that had set up a manger scene, and the girls were in awe of this simple and beautiful scene. And even though little Amy began to shiver from the cold, she didn't want to leave. She loved to just stand and stare at this tiny baby lying in the hay. Well, over the next few weeks until Christmas, the weather got very cold, but Amy insisted every day that they walk by the manger on their way home just so she could see the baby lying in the hay. It could have been quite a heartwarming moment for Mary, but seeing Amy that way and thinking about the circumstance instead, as Christmas got closer, the bitterness and anger inside Mary only grew. She wasn't concerned for herself. When you're an adult, you can somehow take whatever life dishes out. But oh, how different it is when your children are hurting. And even though the children did their best to act like there was nothing bothering them, Mary knew they were. And with every Christmas carol and decoration, her heart became colder. With every Christmas card or call of Merry Christmas, it made her hate the season even more, until finally the children began to follow, but not little Amy. She would just hold Charlie close, tightly wrapped in the ragged little blanket, and talk about the baby Jesus who was born in a manger. Well, then it was Christmas Day, and the older 2 girls woke up cold that morning, so they jumped into Mom's bed. They didn't want to get up. Mary didn't want to get up because she didn't really have anything special to give to the children. What a terrible day. Finally, she said, "Okay, wake up. Let's go and get Amy and we'll see what's under the tree." The 2 girls ran to get Amy and came back and said, "Where is she, Mama? We can't find her." The words hit Mary like a truck. She searched everywhere for Amy and she could not find her. "I'm sorry," she said to God. "I'm so sorry for my anger. Forget the gifts and dinner. Just give me back my Amy." By now she was frantic. And then she saw Charlie. He was never out of Amy's sight. And where was his blanket? Suddenly she knew. She raced without even a coat down the dark and snowy street until she could see the church in the manger scene. And then she slowed as tears of relief ran down her face. There was Amy. She had climbed into the manger and was covering the baby Jesus with Charlie's ratty scrap of a blanket. "You must be cold," Amy said. "This is Charlie's blanket, but we'll give it to you. He has me to keep him warm." Then she noticed her mother standing there. "Oh, hi, Mama. I came to see the baby Jesus. I was afraid he might think we'd forgotten his birthday." Mary plucked her out of the straw and held her tight. "I did forget, honey. I did forget about Jesus. Dear Lord, I'm sorry I forgot. Happy birthday, Jesus." Oh, it can be wonderful. It can be very hard. And I know there are people right now that are watching this story that you're going through a difficult time. There might be a lack of money. There may be sickness. There may be difficulties in the family. There's so many things to get us down. But realize that Jesus is the reason for the season. And did you know? The more we give ourselves to him, the more he becomes the Lord of the peace in our hearts. Have a great evening. Have a great day tomorrow. And I'll be bringing a story back really soon. God bless you all. Goodbye.